Hola, folks. Welcome to How to Be a Motherfucking Actor, this pilot season. I am going to talk about the steps you need to take that, without question, will have you working, making a living as an actor, and quitting your day job. So, in the first video, which is my TED Talk, we talked about all these limiting beliefs that folks have in their heads about why they're not making a living as an artist. I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm not the right type, my type isn't commercial enough, blah, 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 blah. And all of these things sound like amazing, rational reasons. But if you really went through the TED Talk and made a list of everything you believe about yourself, and then make a list of everything that you love, you would see that the love list cancels out all of that other bullshit. So the point is, the story that you've got in your head, if it's not serving you, get rid of it, right? And I talk about that 3-step dreaming out loud process. Please try and take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it's working for you. Today, I'm going to talk about the very controversial article I sent out about Sophie Turner, who is, she plays Sansa on the Game of Thrones, and she's saying she got the job because she had the Instagram followers. So I posted this on social media, and all these artists just were all up in arms. Nobody has training. This is what it's come to. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you have to have this stupid social media following. And I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Are you seriously that entitled that you think somebody should pay you to act millions of dollars with no guarantee that they will make their money back? Who the fuck are you? It was so interesting the way that actors, the first way they read that was to disempower themselves. They didn't see that as, oh my God, if the internet is the leveler, I no longer need to wait to be discovered, then I actually can make myself a star. I don't have to wait for anybody. 2 actors, both of whom are my clients, actually got that. Everybody else was complaining about how the industry is so bad and blah, blah, blah. Let me explain something to you. In Britain, the arts are funded, okay? That means you can belong to a theater company and get a check every week, you know, $1,000 a week. You got full health care, insurance, all your education is paid for, all your training is paid for. You can make a living in the theater, okay, in the UK, because the arts are funded by the government. So that means if you're working as an actor, it's like you got a government job. How amazing is that? Like the thing that you want here, great pension, great health, blah, 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 blah. No student loan debt. Guess what? In America, that's not the case. The government doesn't fund the arts at all. So what that means is anybody who's working in entertainment needs to raise their own money to make their projects. Theaters have to do it. Independent artists have to do it. Before you get signed, before Beyonce got signed to a record company, guess what? She had to prove that she was a moneymaker by putting butts in seats. Everybody has to prove that they are a money maker. Period. Because who's going to pay for that TV time? Who's going to pay for that? Okay, and the example that I used in my last email was really about if you're Netflix and you've got a new show coming up. So you've got 10 shows that are very experimental and might not make money. Suspense 8 and 3%, these really on the edge kind of artsy shows. You got a bunch of those that didn't make money. But Netflix has to make money so that they can make the arty projects, right? Okay, so if you're up for a part, I don't know, one of the Marvel series, and Janelle Monáe is available, and she didn't audition, but you did, and you blew it out of the water, who are they gonna hire? Janelle Monáe or you? They're gonna hire Janelle Monáe, and there ain't a goddamn thing wrong with that. You know why? Because with Janelle Monáe in the lead, Facebook will get a guaranteed 3 million new subscriptions. Without a doubt. 3 million. What is it? $10, even if they're only paying $10. That's a lot of freaking money. Okay? That's $30 million. Guaranteed. If they put you in the role, is anybody going to subscribe? Then how are they gonna keep the doors open? How are they gonna pay for all these other experimental shows? Do you get how that works? So the idea of being an artist is a privilege, okay? It's very entitled to think somebody should pay you to make art. Very. In an economy where they don't pay teachers enough, the most important people here. Like, that's a very entitled way of looking at the world. And furthermore, if you want to make a living, if you don't treat yourself as a commodity, a business, then how are you going to get the great parts? Right? We've never had a more powerful time in our society than right now, where Issa Rae can make web series in her garage and then get a TV deal. Do you know why she got that TV deal? Because she made web series and she gave them her social media numbers and she gave them her email list and she checked the numbers of traffic on her website and she checked the numbers of people watching her videos, and there were millions of people. So that said to HBO, we gonna make our money. If we put her show on, people are gonna buy a subscription. That's why Issa Rae is there, because hell or high water, she was gonna make money. She had proven she had a loyal audience. What do you have? Right? Scandal. Commercials are, I don't know, $50,000 per 30-minute slot. That's what the TV studio has got to raise in order to run Scandal. Okay? And they get advertisers to sign up to advertise for these outrageous rates during the show because they have numbers of who watches the show. And when they have a guest star from Orange is the New Black on Scandal, they get all of the Orange is the New Black audience, or at least a quarter of that audience, to tune into Scandal. People who never would have before, right? They have guaranteed viewers. Because if they don't make money, there is no art. Plain and simple. So why is the idea of having Instagram followers so empowering, right? It's twofold. It makes you not have to depend on being discovered by the studio. Let me repeat that. Having a following makes sure you don't have to wait for somebody to discover you and think you're talented enough. The power is completely in your court. It is undeniable that they must hire you if you have the following. That's the first issue, because you bring money to the table that will keep the art going. Here's another issue. Why I take issue with artists who had a problem with, oh, she had Instagram followers and that's not pure. And let's get rid of this notion that to be an artist, you must be broke and starving. That paradigm no longer works. That was invented in the 40s and the 50s, and it was great then because we had some art funded. The WPA funded theater. So you could do that. Guess what? Theater got to make money now. Okay? There's no funding. So this whole idea that it's noble to make $200 a week when you're 65 and you've been doing it for 50 years is some bullshit, and it's disempowering to you. And if you're so concerned about people who don't have talent getting the job because they have an Instagram following, then if those of us who do actually have training, who can bring it and leave blood on the floor, if we don't make sure our work is seen by having a business plan, then all of our bullshit about caring about art is exactly that, bullshit. Because if the real artists don't take control of their careers and start making content and getting a following, a loyal following, who will put butts in seats for that content, then you're full of shit. You don't mean it. Why are you an actor? There's a story here that you're meant to tell. You spent millions of dollars on your training to be able to tell this story. There are actors all over the place getting Emmys that we know, people we went to school with. Okay? They got a following. If they can do the business themselves, they got somebody to do it for them. Okay? So for those of you who have an issue with having following, the first thing is, if you're worth it, having a following should be an exciting idea. Perhaps you don't think you're worth it. That's personal, and you should work that out. I think what I have to offer as an artist is worth paying for. Do you? Because until you value it, no one else will. And that's what creating audience is about. The second piece is, what happens when you've been playing the police chief, the nurse, the hooker, the ghetto mother over and over and over again in your career? You can't break out of those stereotypes. You need to make your own work and show the industry that you can do more. Kind of like Beyonce dropped an album independently without the studio, and it broke the internet. You know what the message was that Beyonce was sending? Do not fuck with me, record studio, because I will do this shit without you, because I have following. That's the message she sent. So the next year when she negotiated her contract, she could call the shots, because she proved to them that they need her more than she needs them. You make the industry want to fuck you when you have a following. And you also ensure that truly talented people, that they keep the art with some integrity. If you're so worried about it losing integrity, then do the business side of it. It's called show business, right? Now show me your talent and I'll pay you millions of dollars. And you're making millions of dollars. So I think you should work for it. And talent is just not enough work. Sorry, right? Hard work, right? If you want me to give you $30,000 an episode, prove to me that you're worth it. Because I gotta keep the lights on at Netflix or HBO. I gotta pay everybody. All right? That's the first thing. The second thing about having a following is that when you want to make your own work, all those people who've been following you, they will pay for it. They will help you raise money. If you have a loyal following, when you need to raise money, you go to your following and they give you the money. And then when your show or movie premieres, guess who puts butts in seats, which decides whether or not something stays on television or stays in the theater? Do you sell that opening weekend? Well, guess what? If you have a following, the same people that gave you money to make that story, that movie, that film, that short film, other people who are going to buy tickets to opening. It's a circular thing, right? It's brilliant. All of the power is in the artist's hands. That's how shit works. All right? That's how it works. You don't have to wait anymore. You can get paid on your own, and you can be starring and stuff. That's dope. You ain't got to write it yourself. You can hire somebody to write it. You just got to raise the money. I raised $100,000 in 30 days for Good Red Alley. Was that millions of people who gave me that money? No, it's 500 people who've been following me forever. Just 500 people. That's it. That's it. At Simon Says, when we have a movie in theaters, it is our following that goes out opening weekend and ensures that the movie stays in the theater. It is our following that says, oh, we're in Philadelphia and Mother of George is not opening anywhere here. It is our following of normal, regular people who love our work on the ground in Philadelphia who demand that a movie theater show our film. It is your following that gets your work seen and heard and done. I mean, isn't that why we tell story? To affect people? That's what following is about. It's about making an emotional connection in the midst of all the bullshit that's being produced. Now, I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm gonna stop. This whole video series is in preparation for the class this coming Monday night on how to be a motherfucking actor entrepreneur this pilot season. And in that class, I will outline 1, how to raise this money, and 2, my pet peeve. I finally get people to make their own work and they raise the money and then they don't create in the budget a salary for themselves. Stop. Just stop. And then you wonder why 6 months down the road you're working 3 jobs to get the film made or to rap on it. The first thing you do is create following and raise money. And you raise enough money for the entire budget plus a salary for yourself for the next year that it's going to take you to make this project. It's the one thing artists never do. They never pay themselves or they never raise enough money because they're scared of the business. Get the fuck over it. You're talented. You should get paid for what you do. Right? And until you deal with that idea that, oh, I should just work for free, you're going to work for free. the first thing you do is raise money and what? Budget a salary for yourself so you can work on your film. All right. There's going to be 2 more videos. You got to listen to these videos in order to get in on this class on Monday, which will be free. Thank you. Last free class of 2017. Do not miss it. All right. So you'll need to watch these videos because I'm going to ask you questions about strategies and techniques, things that I've talked about in these videos, and that's how you register for the class. So if you're seeing this on social media, please comment down in the bottom. Let us know what you're thinking. Go to thedreamunlocked.com and sign up so you can get in on the free class, thedreamunlocked.com. If you are getting this in an email, you're added to a list. Pay attention to the videos. They will only be available each time for 48 hours. Okay? I love you. I mean it. Find your following. You are so worth it.